For most of human history, space was silent. Not quite. Empty. Our solar system was assumed to be closed. A neighbourhood sealed off from the rest of the galaxy by distance, gravity, and time itself. Then, in 2017, something changed. Astronomers detected an object moving too fast on a trajectory that didn't belong here. They named it Oumuamua. Yes, I've tried to get that right about 100 times. The first confirmed visitor from another star system. 2 years later, it happened again. Another object, another trajectory, another interstellar origin. This one was called Avi Borisov. Scientists were surprised, but reassured, because two could still be coincidence. And then came the third. 3I Atlas. 3 interstellar objects in under a decade, after thousands of years of nothing. So what exactly is 3I Atlas? At its simplest, it's an object detected moving through our solar system on a path that doesn't belong to it. 3I Atlas was discovered by the Asteroid Terrestrial High Impact Last Alert System, a global network of telescopes designed to scan the sky for fast-moving objects near Earth. These systems are built to spot threats, asteroids, comets, anything that might be heading our way. But this object wasn't behaving like a typical solar system body. Its trajectory was hyperbolic, meaning it wasn't looping around the sun the way the planets, asteroids or comets normally do. Instead, it was passing straight through. In astronomy, that matters. The object isn't gravitationally bound to our sun. It didn't form here, and it won't stay here. That single detail is what earns it rare designation 3I, the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed entering our solar system. To understand why 3I Atlas raised eyebrows, you have to look back at the first two visitors. The first arrived late 2017. Astronomers spotted an object already on its way out of the solar system, moving too fast to be captured by the sun's gravity. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning messenger from afar. And almost immediately, it caused problems. Oumuamua showed no visible comet trail, yet it appeared to accelerate as it left the solar system. The acceleration normally comes from outgassing jets of material pushed out by sunlight, but astronomers couldn't detect the usual signs. Even its shape was unclear. Some models suggested it was long and thin, others argued it was flat and pancake-like, a bit like flat Earth. There was no consensus, only debate. One of the most vocal participants in that debate was Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, who argued that Oumuamua's behaviour was strange enough that artificial explanations shouldn't be ruled out entirely. And then, in 2019, a second visitor arrived, Avi Borisov. Unlike Oumuamua, Borisov behaved exactly how astronomers hoped it would. It had a visible comma, a dust tail, and chemistry consistent with a comet formed around another star. On paper, the discovery of 3 interstellar objects might sound like progress. Better telescopes, better surveys, better detection, and that's the official explanation. Astronomers point to detection bias. In other words, we didn't suddenly get visitors, we just finally opened our eyes. And that explanation does make sense, up to a point. Modern sky surveys scan huge portions of the sky every night. Automated systems flag anything that moves. Unusually fast and powerful software links observations together in real time. So yes, detection has improved, but here's where some astronomers quietly hesitate. Even accounting for better technology, models predicted that interstellar visitors should still be extremely rare. One every few decades, maybe one per century, not 3 in under 10 years. And certainly not 3 with noticeably different behaviours. In scientific papers, you start seeing careful language creep in, words like unexpected, surprising, difficult to reconcile. No one is panicking, no one is claiming anything extraordinary, but there's an undercurrent of unease. When objects like these appear, science does what it always does. It argues. A bloody good argument. On one side are researchers who believe all 3 visitors can be explained by natural processes we don't fully yet understand. Exotic ices, unusual compositions, fragments from ancient star systems. But then there's the other camp, smaller, louder, and far more controversial. This group doesn't claim these objects are artificial. What they argue is something much more uncomfortable, that we're too quick to assume they're not. They point to Oumuamua's acceleration without a visible tail, to its extreme shape estimates, to the fact it was detected only after it had already passed closest approach. Some have suggested the behaviour resembles a light sail, a thin object pushed by radiation rather than propulsion. Others go further, speculating about dormant probes, long-dead technology, or debris from other civilizations that may no longer exist. To most astronomers, these ideas sit firmly at the edge of credibility, but they raise an awkward question. If we encountered something genuinely artificial, something subtle, silent and unfamiliar, would we even recognise it as such? Before this goes any further, it's worth being very clear about what 3i Atlas is not. It is not heading towards Earth. It is not changing course, and it's not part of some imminent event. Despite what certain clips and headlines suggest, there's no evidence of hostile intent or intent of any kind. It isn't a mothership. It isn't arriving tomorrow. Sorry, Independence Day fans. And it isn't something governments are secretly tracking while pretending everything is normal. 3i Atlas is doing exactly what interstellar objects do, passing through, quietly, indifferently. 85, you're alright, mate. You really bloody quiet. Normally moaning or just some sarcastic comment or joke. What's wrong?
Oh, Shane, I'm not going to get involved in this one, mate. Even I know when not to comment about things.
Okay, that's really freaked me out now. Even you know not what to comment, bloody hell. Okay. When you step back from the details, from the trajectories and classifications, one question keeps resurfacing. Are these objects simply random fragments, debris shaken loose from distant star systems, wandering the galaxy until they stumble into ours? That explanation fits the models. It's neat, predictable, comfortable, but there's another possibility. That we're not witnessing something new, but something that's been happening all along. For most of human history, we lacked the technology to notice interstellar visitors at all. If objects like these pass through our solar systems regularly, then 3 detections in under a decade may not be a surge. In science, there's an old saying: 1 event is an anomaly, 2 is coincidence, but 3 demands attention. For thousands of years, the count of interstellar visitors stood at 0. Then came 1, then another 1, and now a 3rd quietly catalogued as 3i Atlas. No alarms, no declarations, No conclusions, just a growing list of things that don't quite fit the expectations we had. Maybe these objects are nothing more than cosmic driftwood. Maybe they're reminders of how small and incomplete our understanding still is. Or maybe the universe is far busier than we ever assumed, and we're only just learning how to listen. Because the real question isn't what these objects are, it's this. When the fourth interstellar visitor arrives, will we call it coincidence? Stay curious, my friends. Sorry to freak you out. Not aliens, not anything like that. But just stay curious. Keep watching the skies. Shane out.